Okay, students, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, students, this is class 9, right? Listen, the first chapter of class 9 is measurement. Measurement chapter is completed. We have discussed the portion means chapters plus questions were discussed yesterday, right? So in today's class, we will be starting the first lesson of chemistry. If you have managed your book, it's okay. Otherwise, I will share the screen and we will be discussing about it. Are you ready? Okay, so let me share this one. So what is the document? Document I will check here. Document device storage, cam scanner, and this is the class 9 PDF. Okay. So look at the screen, what you can see first. Alright. Do you see the topic? Student, did you see the topic? That is classification of elements, okay? So it's given at the top, general objectives. It means what will you be able to do after reading this topic? That is, uh, on the completion of this chapter, the students will be able to define valency as the combining capacity of elements, explain the structure of atom and its electronic configuration, define radicals, ions and their types, write the molecular formula of some simple compounds, and describe the types of chemical bonds in brief. These are the objectives. Now students, first of all we will be discussing one thing, that is chemistry. What is chemistry? What is the definition of chemistry? Its definition is the branch of science which deals with the study of composition and properties of matter. How is matter made up of? What are the properties of matter? Those things are discussed in one branch of science. That branch is called chemistry. What is matter? So matter is anything that has mass and occupies volume. Mass and occupies volume. Like stone, air, water, paper. You may be holding one pen in your hand. Pen, that is also matter. My dear students, now look at the chart. What does the chart say? The chart is about universe. Universe is made up of energy and matter. The matter is divided into further two classifications: physical classification and chemical classification. Under physical classification, solid, liquid and gas. Under chemical classification, pure substance and impure substance. Pure substance made up of same type of atoms, element and compound. Impure substance, mixture, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. And how many states of matter are there? Earlier we have studied three states, right? Solid, liquid and gas. But now the modern concept says there are 5 states of matter. What are they? Solid, liquid, gas, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate, BEC. Bose-Einstein condensate. Okay students, When the screen is shared, some important things you can write down so that it will be easy for you to make note. So you are champion, I know, but you have to be outstanding students. Now let's discuss pure substance. What is pure substance? Pure substance is that substance, that compound which contains similar kind of its unit particles. The basic particles are similar kind. For example, you may be wearing golden ornament. So golden ornaments contains gold atoms. You use iron weapons, that is made up of iron atoms. Similar units, similar particles. Okay, students. So we can categorize pure substance into two categories, two headings. What are they? Elements and compounds. How to define element? Very simple definition is element is the pure substance which is made up of only one type of atoms. It contains only one type of atoms. For example, hydrogen is element, nitrogen is element, copper is element, neon is element. Do you know who used the term element for the first time? Remember, Robert Boyle. What is his name? Robert Boyle used it for the first time. And all the substances, whatever we have seen, we come in contact, we come in across, they are made up of either one element or group of elements. You say water. So water is made up of two types of elements. Do you know what are they? Hydrogen and oxygen. And oxygen, right? And if you talk about carbon dioxide, how is it made up of? It is made up of two types of elements, carbon and oxygen. Oxygen. Like if you say hydrochloric acid, so hydrochloric acid is made up of two types of elements, hydrogen and chlorine. You see, all the compounds, they are made up of elements. We say sugar. Sugar is made up of three types of elements, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. And do you know how many elements are known till now? Till now, or till today's date, there are altogether 118 elements known. 118. So 92 are natural and the remaining 26 are artificial. Natural, they are found on the earth's surface, and these 26 elements are prepared in the lab by the famous scientist. They invented. 92 were discovered, 26 were invented. Some examples of natural elements are gold, silver, carbon, oxygen, helium, nitrogen, uranium, you might have heard this name, radium. These are naturally occurring elements, natural elements. And some elements are artificial, like plutonium, curium, argentinium, americium, barium, they are made in the laboratory by scientists. So here we have to keep in mind, element is that pure substance which contains only one type of atoms, and it cannot be split into other forms. It is 100% pure. Only one type of atoms are present in it, and the atoms take part in chemical reaction. Students, earlier I gave some examples like water, carbon dioxide, and I said they contain two type of elements. Sugar contains three type of elements. So water, carbon dioxide, sugar, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, protein, these are the substances which contain two or more than two type of atoms found in fixed ratio, fixed proportion. So a substance made from the chemical reaction of two or more atoms of elements in a fixed proportion by weight is called compound. What is the molecular formula of compound? That is H2O. H2O, two hydrogen, one oxygen. But if you write there H4O5, H4O5, that is not compound. Only H2O is water, because two part of hydrogen, one part of oxygen. CO2, carbon dioxide, one carbon, two oxygen. But if you write there CO4, then it is not compound. So the atoms must be present in fixed proportion. Example of compounds: sodium chloride, calcium oxide, carbon dioxide, hydrogen dioxide, hydrogen sulfate, like that. So hydrogen monoxide we can say H2O, not hydrogen dioxide. Hydrogen sulfide we can write. And can you define molecule? Very easy. The smallest particle of a compound is called molecule. The smallest particle of a compound is called molecule. It can exist freely. What does it mean? It can exist freely. It means a molecule shows the characteristics of all, means of the compound of which it is made up of. Like oxygen molecule shows the characteristics of oxygen gas. Okay, students. Just before we discussed that there are 118 elements. These elements are categorized into three groups. How many groups? Three groups. What are they? Metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Here you have to keep in mind, out of 118, near about 90, they are metals. Then near about 20, they are non-metals, and remaining 7, 8, they are metalloids. So the three categories of elements are metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Let's define metals. Elements which can conduct heat and electricity. They are good conductor of heat, good conductor of electricity. Some characteristics of metals are there. They are malleable. We can hammer them. We can change into sheets. Ductile. We can change into wire. Small wire. And they have metallic luster. Metallic luster means they are shiny. They can reflect sunlight. And they can form alloy. Alloy means mixture of two or more than two metals or metal and non-metal. Like, if somebody becomes first in a competition, he gets gold medal, right? Second gets silver medal. And third gets bronze medal. Gold and silver. These are metals. But bronze is not metal, it is alloy. Mixture of metal and metal, two metals. So students, you have to keep in mind that the metals are good conductors of heat and electricity, and they are found in solid state. Some examples are gold, sodium, copper, aluminium, zinc, etc. Now non-metals. What are non-metals? Opposite of metals. Opposite of metals definition is like this, which are bad conductor of heat and electricity. They cannot conduct heat. Heat cannot flow through them, and electricity cannot flow through them. And they are not lustrous. They are not shiny. Examples of non-metals are hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, etc. These things you have to remember. Now metalloids. Okay, in periodic table, metals are kept in left hand side, non-metals are kept in right hand side, and in between them there are some elements which show the characteristics of metals as well as non-metals. Some characteristics of metals, some are of non-metals. So those elements which are poor conductors of heat and electricity are called metalloids. They are called semiconductors. Metals are called good conductors. Non-metals are called bad conductors. And metalloids are called semiconductors. So, example of metalloids or semiconductors are boron, silicon, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, etc. So remember three types of elements: metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now, next thing to discuss today is symbols of elements. There are 118 elements. So for individual element, some sort of letter, one letter or two letters are provided to identify them. For example, hydrogen, 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 8 letters are there. So to represent hydrogen, if you write hydrogen whole word, it becomes difficult. Just to make it easy, what is given? Just one word, one letter, capital H. For helium, H and E. So symbol can be defined as the abbreviation of the full name of an element. The short form of full name of element is symbol. And one thing you have to keep in mind, there are 118 symbols. Why? There are 118 elements, 118 symbols. So some elements possess one letter and some possess two letters, because if they start with same letter, at that time they have got two letters in their symbol. For example, hydrogen, H, helium He, carbon C, cobalt Co, magnesium Mg, manganese Mn. So students, in this chart we can see mainly four things: elements, symbol, atomic number and atomic mass. Elements name, symbol short form, atomic number means number of proton or electron present in them, and atomic mass the sum of number of proton and number of neutron. So let's read once. Hydrogen H, atomic number 1, 1. Helium He, atomic number 2, atomic mass 4. Lithium Li, atomic number 3, atomic mass 7. Means it has got 4 neutrons. Beryllium Be, atomic number 4, atomic mass 9. Boron B, atomic number 5, atomic mass 11. Carbon C, atomic number 6, atomic mass 12. Nitrogen N, atomic number 7, atomic mass 14. Let's see next one. Oxygen O, 8, 16. Fluorine F, 9, 19. I'm saying 9, 19 means one is atomic number, another is atomic weight. Neon Ne, 10, 20. Sodium Na, here is not SO. Why? Because the symbol is taken from Latin name. So Na, 11, 23. Magnesium Mg, 12, 24. Aluminium Al, 13, 27. Silicon Si, 14, 28. 14 atomic number, 28 atomic mass. Phosphorus P, 15, 31. Sulfur S, 16, 32. Chlorine Cl, 17, 35. Argon Ar, 18, 40. Potassium K, 19, 39. Calcium Ca, 20, 40. Students, up to 40 you have to remember. Once again, let's repeat. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium. These 20 elements, symbol, atomic number, atomic mass, you have to know. Let's read others, symbol only. Chromium Cr, manganese Mn, iron Fe, cobalt Co, nickel Ni, copper Cu, zinc Zn, bromine Br, krypton Kr, silver Ag, tin, silver is argentum in Latin, so Ag, tin, stannum, stannium in Latin, iodine I, barium Ba, tungsten, wolfram in German language, W, gold, aurum, Latin, Au, mercury, hydrogyrum, Latin, Hg, lead, plumbum, Pb, radium, Ra, uranium, U. Okay. So students, these are the things which we have discussed in today's class. Number 1, chemistry. One chart was shown there. Next is pure substance, element, compound, types of elements. Can you hear me or not? Yeah? My sound is clear or not? Yes or no? Yes, okay. And metals, non-metals, metalloids, and finally we discuss about symbols. Students, now I will give you, let me see, 15 minutes time to study. How much minutes? 15 minutes. So I have already shared these things in your messenger group. Have I shared or not? So this time, have I shared it? Now important things you write down and you have to present in the class. And if this session becomes off, again send me a friend request, okay? Understood or not? Now your practice time. Will you practice now? Everybody start practicing. So these things we have discussed today. So classification of elements. Next one is pure substance, compound. And next one, metals, non-metals and metalloids, symbols. Up to here. Okay. Please continue your job. After 15 minutes, I will ask you to do. Thank you. Okay, students, did you complete? So who has completed the work? If you have completed now, you can say. Who has completed now? Sutrishna, did you complete? Sutrishna, can you hear me?
Going to complete, sir.
Okay, what you have written, please read once.
What I have got.
Yeah, what you have written, please read, okay?
First, I have got the definition of chemistry.
Okay, your video is muted. Why?
I have to say all.
Your video is not saying why? Yeah, okay, now read. Please read now.
I have to say the definition.
Yeah, okay. What you have written, just say everything.
First, I have got the definition of chemistry.
Okay.
After that, I have made that chart.
Okay.
After that, I have got the definition of pure substances
Alright.
and the examples of that.
Okay.
And after what is element and their examples.
Okay.
And element contains only one kind of atom.
Alright.
After that, what is compound and examples.
Good.
What is molecules?
Alright.
Types of element.
Yeah.
And I wrote what is metal? Examples. Non-metal. Their example.
Okay.
After that, one is left. Symbols of element.
Good. Symbols. So you have to make the chart also. Means symbol, atomic number, and atomic mass. Okay. So make much more clear note copy, and you can write everything. In the messenger group, I will give the questions. You solve those questions also. Is that okay? In the messenger, I will give some questions, so you can check and your friends also can see it. And we will continue our portion of this remaining portion of this chapter next day. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, bye bye. Have a nice time.